Welcome to part 2 of my top 5 figures. Next up, if the hint wasn't enough, it is Boba Fett, the vintage version, which is a repaint of the Evolution set Boba Fett, but he's a great figure overall. So, unlike IG-88, do I really need to go into backstory for Boba Fett? Who doesn't know who he is? Basically, in a nutshell, when the movies came out, he was just a background character. George Lucas had no intention of fleshing him out any further, and apparently he regretted throwing him in the Sarlacc pit, and there is rumors that they filmed a scene of him getting out, but that's, take that with a grain of salt. So, Boba Fett, though, he is, the bounty hunter. He is the sort of spokesman for cool characters, cool second-in-command characters, which are my favorite type of characters in general. So, think Shockwave from Transformers. And Soundwave. So, Boba Fett, he's in Attack of the Clones, he had his backstory changed. He was originally called Jaster Moreel, but they changed that once Attack of the Clones came out. Now he's a clone. So, but overall, that doesn't change how the character worked in Empire and Jedi. He was still cool. He was still menacing, that kind of badass tone. And, I recommend, if you want a good Boba Fett story, check out, I think it's Twin Engines of Destruction, the Jodo Cast story, because there is just an amazing confrontation between Fett and Cast in that story, and some amazing quotable dialogue, too. But I also recommend check out Tales of the Bounty Hunters, because his story in that was great, but bear in mind that was before Attack of the Clones was out, so it's back to the Jaster Moreel stuff. Anyways, on to the figure. I think the most prominent thing about this Boba Fett, apart from other Boba Fett figures, is that he comes with a removable helmet, like so. Boom, there's the helmet, and there's his face, which is, of course, just Jango Fett, grown up. So, very cool. It was a nice little nod for them to add that. I think the first time they did that in Expanded Universe was Star Wars Infinities. They had Boba Fett appear helmetless. But there is a card art from the Star Wars Galaxies line that shows what Boba Fett's original look was before he was a clone. He was very tribal, had like white hair, markings, pointy Vulcan ears. So, Hasbro, if you ever release a version of that, I'll buy it. So, he comes with his trademark, I think it's the EE3 sawed-off blaster rifle. And let me just take that out. I usually don't take the weapons out because I don't like to lose them. I have a fear of losing them. But we need to get this guy's review out of the way. So, very nice cloth cape, which has sort of become trademark for most Boba Fett figures. Comes with his jetpack, of course he would. No missile firing feature, thank God, which is removable. As you can see, you just pluck that in there. Now, what I usually do is I make sure the cloth is, as you can see, the cloth is sort of behind it so it doesn't move around much, and it looks cool regardless. So, articulation. He's got a, oh, there we go. He's got a ball-jointed neck. Whoa. Ball-hinged shoulders. Ball-hinged torso, swivel forearms, there we go, swivel forearms, like ball-hinged elbows, yep, ball-hinged knees, ball-hinged ankles, swivel hips, very nice. And one more thing, he also comes with a blaster pistol, which I've tucked away in his holster there, because I didn't want to lose it. So, for Boba Fett figures, this one you're getting the complete package. Just like IG-88, if you want a good Boba Fett figure and you don't have one, I'd suggest this one. I also own the Saga Legends one, which was a repack, I believe, of the OTC vintage Boba Fett, but I'm not too sure. And, I actually regret that I didn't pick up the Evolutions pack because I'm missing Mandalore the Indomitable, and I really want him. So, but if you need a Boba Fett figure, I highly recommend you pick this one up because you're getting great articulation, Great paint work. I mean, I think the repaint really paid off. And the weapon, I think the paint work on the weapon is just nice. You got a lot of colors there. 30 colors, shades, whatever. But you know, you're getting what you paid for, just like IG-88. So if you need a Boba Fett figure, pick him up. He's a great figure to own. So with that concludes my second top 5 figures. Next up is going to be the figure I originally had planned to review but didn't get around to it. So stay tuned.